So I finally got my hands on an Xbox Series X. And because I had owned an Xbox One, I had a small collection of games that came with either both versions or were supposedly enhanced for the Series X. And I was legitimately curious to see how big of a jump there would be for various games. First thing I installed was Elden Ring, of course, as I think should surprise nobody that knows anything about me. And I was a little surprised to see that there actually was a fairly significant graphical jump for Elden Ring. I spent a good 200 hours playing the Xbox One version of Elden Ring, but I think I'm gonna do the exact same thing with the Xbox Series X version now. Mainly just to see how much better everything looks now, and probably get a different ending. Another game with a distinct version for this console is Centipede Recharged. And I cannot tell a difference between the two versions at all. I mean, this is obviously a retro style game, so I'm not really sure how much improvement there could be. But if anyone knows how this was supposedly enhanced, I'd love to know. Same goes for this new version of Wings of War. To be clear, both of these games are fun games. It's just, in terms of enhanced versions for a new console, I'm not sure what these are really adding over the Xbox One versions. Then you have some weird stuff like Saints Row the Third here. This was originally a game from 2011. It got a remaster in 2020. Now, this latest version for the Series X, it looks a little shinier, and I mean that in a literal sense. Every texture in it just seems to be kind of weirdly shiny. But when I look at the original 2011 version on Steam versus the 2020 version on Xbox One versus this, I can't tell much of a difference except for that weird shiny thing with the textures. But I know Saints Row has never been a graphical giant, and it is nice to see a literally shinier version of just criminal mayhem nonsense. I am quite curious how long it's going to be before we get games that are exclusively for the Series X and S versus having the Xbox One support with them. Though, it is nice to see a graphical jump on something like Elden Ring. I am very impressed by that. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends.